Hey you, yeah you. You want to do something fun in Destiny? Well, let me show you this PvP build that also works in PvE. Now, today I'm going to be showing you the Monte Carlo and the Athres Embrace exotic. These synergize really well to utilize with your throwing knives as a part of Solar. Now, Monte Carlo has its own good, and you can use it without the exotic if you absolutely want to, but this build is not exactly a build in the sense that you don't have to really use many mods, so it allows you to just really open up and kind of experiment on your own. Now let's inspect the gun, because obviously without this gun, the whole build falls apart. Now Monte Carlo comes with a trait called Markov Chain, and this weapon will gain bonus damage from melee kills and kills with this weapon. So in PvE, you can already see how amazing that is, and in PvP, think of this like having Rampage or Swashbuckler in a way. But melee kills will also give you ammo to your weapon. It also comes with high caliber rounds, so that's just an added bonus. But Monte Carlo comes with the intrinsic trait, and that's what we're really looking for. And that's the Monte Carlo method. Now, dealing damage with this weapon will reduce your melee cooldown, giving you back your throwing knives. But on every single kill, it gives you a chance to fully recharge your melee ability. You can get your melee ability back to back by getting a kill. It's instant, and it means fully charged. Now, you might be looking at that and going, well, what's really the whole point? Throwing knives are kind of meh. Not the greatest unless you hit the head and all that. And in that sense, you're absolutely right. I mean, I'm not the biggest throwing knife enthusiast myself, but they do have their moments. Now, the exotic Athres Embrace we're going to be using has something very special, in the sense that it pairs very well with the exotic Monte Carlo, because it now adds into your throwing knives. With its armor perk Skittering Stinger, your weighted knives gains a second bounce, and it has a pretty fair tracking. Rapid precision hits with your weapon grants the weighted knife a significant damage bonus. You can almost one-tap anybody. This basically gives you one-tap throwing knives, even to the body. You get bonus strength with it, giving you your recharge back a little faster, and the ability to stun unshielded combatants, meaning you could actually hit unstoppable champions with this, which makes it a very useful thing in PvE. And of course, with the Monte Carlo, it allows you to almost get your throwing knife back instantly, especially in PvE. You're almost never going to really run out of throwing knives, but, you know, you get the point. Of course, this only works with weighted knife, as I'll show later in the subclass tree. But the added bonus, too, is that without having to have any mods specifically, you can really just customize your exotic as much as you want. Now, usually weighted knife has an added bonus in the sense that it deals extra precision damage. If you hit the head, you're going to get a kill. Let me just put it that way. Now, on the cloak, you're going to want distribution, and you're going to want outreach. These are only the two that I kind of fully recommend you absolutely have. It's not essential. There's no mods that honestly is essential to this whole thing. Just Monte Carlo and Athres Embrace. But outreach and distribution will help just get back some of your charge on your dodge, and it just kind of overall helps wrap it up. Now, on your gauntlets, you're absolutely going to want 2 melee kickstarts, but I am going to add that, yet again, you do not absolutely have to have them. If you don't want them, you don't need to have them. This just helps get them back faster, especially in PvP, meaning that you can have even more throwing knives than you probably would had you just not had them. I recommend keeping them, but it's entirely up to you. Now, obviously, on your super, subclass, whatever you want to call it, you're going to want the weighted throwing knives. I mean, that's kind of obvious, because that's the only way the exotic works, and the only way that the Monte Carlo is really going to help you out. I mean, it does help you out with any other throwing knife. Monte Carlo is not throwing knife specific, but weighted knives is for the gauntlets, and of course, that just kind of pairs well with the Monte Carlo's perk. Now, to mention that you do not need to choose anything else on your subclass specifically. I like to just run some healing nades because it's just nice to have some infinite restoration going on. But other than that, you don't need anything. You don't even need that grenade. It's all up to you, whichever class item you want to use or whatnot. That's all about the build, and there's really nothing left to go off of. So I'm just going to leave that here, and I'm going to let you guys see some extra gameplay footage. I'm going to play a bunch more, so that way you guys can see. But I'm going to check out now, so you can watch the gameplay, get an opinion on what you want to do, and leave it up to your interpretation. Now I'm going to go back and start drinking some tea in my patio in Greece, and I'm heading out of here. So I'll see y'all later. Have fun, guys. Alright, post-editing me, I completely forgot to mention two things that are kind of crucial to the build, so I'm just going to add them here now. Acrobat's dodge and knock 'em dead aspect, yeah, kind of essential. I kind of forgot to mention them and said you can almost do anything you want. Not exactly true, because with the gauntlets making throwing knives one-hit kills, that means you're going to be hitting a lot of body kills. In other words, you're not hitting the head with your throwing knife. Well, when you're Radiant with Knock 'em Dead as your aspect, any kill with the throwing knife refunds your entire throwing knife for you, whether it's precision or not. And Acrobat's dodge allows you to instantly just make yourself Radiant all the time. So, while it's not, I guess, essential, it basically is. And I thought it was very much worth noting, so I thought I'd add it here later. So yeah, have fun with the build, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video if the build is fun or helpful. And put in the comments what you want me to use in another build or set or synergy set. I'll see what I can do, mess around with it, and maybe you'll see that used in a video. Alright, guys, have fun with the build, and take care.
You have zone advantage. A victory well executed. Zone B lost. They have advantage. One after another. Zone C captured. Advantage. Zone B captured. You have advantage. That shut them.